this modern age, more and more people are relying on their smartphones, tablets, netbooks, and are demanding even more from their internet and telecommunications provider, which is something that Eden did.
I've been a subscriber since June 2008, and for 2 years, okay naman yung service. Naging okay naman yung service nila with me. November 2010, we received a piece of paper and they told us that they are upgrading their utilities. By January 31, 2011, yung subscription namin, the line that we are subscribing into, it will be totally eliminated because they're gonna upgrade it. I called their customer service and I told them, please cut off our line because I will be subscribing to the new line that you've been offering us. After 24 to 48 hours, they cut off the line. Nung February, they sent me a bill. So I was surprised actually. I was confused because I know that I already settled everything. And I called their customer service representative and they told me that it's just a misunderstanding. Then come March, I received a bill again, another bill again. Come April and May, I received another bill, 2 bills actually. And I called their customer service representative again, and then they told me that just disregard it, just because it's been settled already. So I was given reassurance. Come June, they sent me a bill and already demand letter that they're telling me that you have to pay, you have to settle your bills, or else our legal department will be sending you a demand letter.
What services are telecommunications obligated to provide to its clients? What cases can people file against telecom providers that do not provide decent services? Where can people file a case? Good evening, you are watching Legal Help Desk on the Solar News channel. This show is about making the law work for you by giving legal advice on topics that matter to you. I'm Attorney Karen Jimeno.
And I'm Attorney Rod Nepomuceno. Tonight, we will be discussing your legal rights on the issue of telecommunication services. What you need to know about the kinds of services telecom companies are required to give to you and what you need to do when they do not follow the legal provisions provided by the National Telecom Commission.
Tonight, we have with us Edgardo Cabarrios, Director of the Common Carrier Authorization Department of the NTC. Good evening po, Director Egay.
Good evening, Attorney Karen, and good evening, Attorney Rod.
Director Egay, nako.
Very interesting topic.
Marami tayong...
Alam niyo po, kahit yung husband ko nung nalaman niya yung topic today, he said, I want to call and ask a question because, you know, he's always frustrated. Yung speed ng internet or even mobile services.
I received a lot of questions already on my Facebook. So,
and we can start with Eden's case, di ba?
Yes.
Kasi what can she do considering na, di ba parang Rod, yung problem was with the telecom telling them, we're going to upgrade the facilities, and then they were switching, yung pagkaintindi ko, she was switching to another number, but she kept getting billed for the line that she already cut off.
For the old one.
Tapos nagka-demand letter pa.
Well, the first that person should do is go to our office, our
NTC.
One-stop public assistance center.
Ito po yung
yes, the OSPAC, one-stop public assistance center.
Public assistance center.
So that our personnel there can do something about it.
What kind of course, you'll submit your grievance.
Yes.
And, what kind of
form? What form should they submit?
Will they submit?
No, they just present the case. The facts.
The facts lang. Okay.
They have pre-prepared form. Kasi parang nabasa ko sa rules nyo, meron ng standard form that they just have to fill up. Is that still applicable?
Yes. The form, they should fill up the form and submit the filled form to the personnel there.
Now, in your case, sir, do you normally get to resolve cases like this? I mean,
how long?
Judiciously or quickly? Or,
yes,
what's the timeline?
Our OSPAC has direct communication with the telcos.
All right.
And once a complaint is received, they call right away to the telcos. And if there is no agreement yet, then the parties are called to a meeting, that's mediation. And 90% of of complaints received by our OSPAC were settled.
All right.
That's comforting
After
to know.
mediation.
Yes.
Okay.
And only 10% goes to our legal.
Director Egay, in the case of Eden, nakakuha na siya ng demand letter from the telecom provider saying that we will, parang they were saying that we will, I'm sure, parang take you to court or something. We haven't seen the letter, pero parang may demand letter. What if by the time the consumer goes to you, there's already a case filed against them in court? Can the NTC intervene and say that we will try to mediate them first?
Well, as I've said, all he has to do now is go to our office.
Okay.
So that everything stops. When it is, when
No,
the case
walang
is with the office already.
Yes.
No,
Is that, sorry?
So go ahead.
I just have a question. Is there going to be a fee for this if they go?
No.
Okay,
No.
Yeah.
that's good to know.
No fee.
No, it's not like they're gonna go there and line up in with many booths and all that. Is there an officer of the day that's gonna take care of them? Do you have a number of officers who will take care of them in the NTC?
Yes, we have sufficient number of personnel there. All they have to do is go there and then talk to our personnel there.
That's comforting to know na madali.
Yeah nga eh. So, right, should we answer some questions?
Yeah, let's start answering because ang dami talaga may kahit ako maraming tanong eh. Let's answer a few questions from our viewers. Our first question comes from Lovely and she asks, I've been a postpaid subscriber for 2 years now and was contacted by my provider that I was eligible to get a new phone.
Yeah.
When I went to their store, they asked me to pick the model and sign a contract that prolongs my subscription with them. It was only then did they explain that that with this new contract, the rates will change from the one I'm already using. Instead of spending 2 pesos a minute per call, they will now charge me 7 pesos per minute. Is this a common practice for telecom companies to ask their clients to sign a contract first before they explain the situation they will put us in? And how do they have to change the rates from the one I already subscribed to?
Yeah, that was quite a long question.
Okay. That is wrong.
Okay. So they can't increase from 2 pesos to 7 pesos per minute?
The subscriber must be informed.
That's
first.
the key, no? That's the key. I think in all of your rules and regulations, the subscriber has to be informed
and
of
consent.
any changes and
consent,
yeah.
not just be informed. No? So in this case, if they just told her, we'll upgrade your form, and then she signs a contract to pick a new phone na walang nakasulat na rates, and then suddenly when she gets the bill, mas mataas na yung rate niya per minute, she can refuse to pay the increase?
All you have to do is she should come to our office.
Yeah.
And show you the bill, and then not pay first.
Yes.
She can opt not
Do
to pay.
second.
Yeah.
And I read something interesting about one of the NTC memo orders, and it said that if you put a bill under dispute, for instance, or a charge, in the meantime that it is under investigation, they're not supposed to be required to pay, and they should not be subjected to late fees.
Any penalties?
Ngayon, if they kunwari see their next bill na may penalties, they can go to NTC, show this, and complain about
they should pay only those that are not contested.
Okay.
They should not pay the contested bill.
Right. Okay. All right. Our next question, naman, comes from Charles. Let's watch this video.
Receive text messages from real estate developers and other financial institutions. Are telecoms authorized to disclose the telephone numbers of their subscribers?
Director Egay, we were talking about that earlier. All right, what we call spam. What we term as spam. No?
It's annoying. I do get that.
Yeah, real estate or bank.
Get a loan.
Get a loan. Sometimes I'm always tempted to
get a loan.
Do you need cash? Well, I always need cash.
Yeah, exacto. Yeah.
Right.
So why does this
telcos
happen?
are not authorized to release any information provided by the subscribers, including the telephone number. Hindi po pwede yun.
So can I complain if I get this and it's coming from a particular number all the time? Can I have it blocked? Can I go to NTC and say I don't like this?
The SIM card of the one sending can be blocked.
Can be blocked.
Yes.
Now, do I have to bring my phone to the NTC and show this particular number, or can I just call and say this number is bothering me?
No, we have to protect the others also.
Okay.
Because these are when you block a SIM card, you are depriving the owner
Right.
of the right
Also
to
from
consume.
accessing.
Oh.
Okay.
So you really have to go physically to the NTC and show
Yes,
that number, and you're getting these
Yes, to ensure
text
that
messages.
the one that is black comes from the one that sends the spam or the scam.
Now you made the distinction though earlier about 4-digit numbers and 11-digit
yes.
numbers. So if the spam is coming from an 11-digit number, you can't do much, right? I mean, because
Oh yes, text messages coming from 4-digit number. We authorize this 4-digit number. These are service providers.
Okay.
service
So we
providers.
have authority over them.
Okay. So the ones texting me with 11-digit number saying that I won ₱1 million, wala yan.
These are individual subscribers. So
Okay. So baka nakuha nila from other sources, Rod, no?
yes.
Okay.
All right.
Our third question comes from Anthony, and he asks, I keep getting text messages of promos and ads from my provider, which I delete immediately. One time I received a text message saying I was charged for a ringtone I didn't even register or subscribe for. Is this part of a scam from these companies?
Well, they are prohibited from sending any content without the subscribers opting to receive those content.
Is this what you call push messages?
Push messages, yes.
Now push
Okay.
messages are also not allowed, right?
They are not allowed.
Meaning,
So-
but I also get from my provider sometimes like,
Would you like to?
blank, I don't want to disclose who my provider is, has a promo on, how do I know kung alin dito yung bawal and alin yung, so I know kung pwede ko na silang i-report.
Based on the rules that were issued in 2009, push messages, advertising, etc. are not allowed anymore.
Okay,
To
so
be sent to text
so I can go
messages.
to my telco and really
Yes.
complain. You know, this is not.
Yes.
I shouldn't be getting this. This
Okay, but the
advertising and
normal,
promo.
I also get, of course, pag may mga rewards, promo sila, yun ang allowed. Is that allowed or is that considered push message pa rin? Because I get that from...
These are advertisements, so it's not
Shouldn't be allowed.
Okay, that's interesting.
Well, if it's a
Really
promo
don't
of the telco company, let's say it's a 4-digit number, it's a promo. Say, you know, use your phone like this, and you have a chance to win a trip. Are those are not allowed?
No, they're not allowed.
Okay, so I can complain. I can complain about that.
Any,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
any advertisements are not allowed.
Okay, so
Okay.
interesting. Our next question is from Amber, and she shares with us via Facebook. I'm a BlackBerry phone user and a prepaid user. I have to register to the telecom provider I am subscribing to in order to avail of the BlackBerry services. Sometimes when I do this, it's not automatic and I have to either wait for hours to get the BBM service or I have to turn off my phone. I also experience the same after registering, like I don't get the services at all and I just waste my money. Who's more at fault for this? The telecom or the phone manufacturer, which in this case is BlackBerry?
Hirap naman ng tanong.
Yeah, that's
how do
more
we
of a
know?
technical,
Diba? Pero
how do you
how,
know?
or at least, Director Ega, in your experience, alin yung indications para malaman mo na it's the telecom at fault?
Well, it is the responsibility of the telecom service provider. It is their responsibility. So,
If they're advertising, free BlackBerry.
Oo.
for
At saka
this,
kung
yes,
nag-register na siya, like she said she has prepaid services, no? So kung naka-register na siya and it says dapat may data services,
Yes, yes.
pag ayaw gumana, it's automatically, or at least the burden, yung proof is
telecom
the
service
telecom
provider, because yung telecom service provider must educate the subscribers.
Okay.
So the subscribers must be informed how to do this, how to do that.
What if let's say mabagal lang? For example, I have one phone from one provider, no? And it's supposedly a data plan. And I just go to my Twitter and it takes like 30 minutes to load. I mean I know it's loading, but it's
very
really
slow.
very slow.
How do you complain about slow services?
Well, we issued rules in 2011, and the rules said that the subscribers must be informed of the minimum
speed, not the
of connection.
Basta ang nakikita mong
But
advertisement.
I've seen, nakita ko rin yan sa memo niyo. So
Yeah.
sabi ko, let me check. Ang daming nag-advertise na ang nakalagay yung
Yung
maximum
maximum.
speed nila
Up to,
because
yes.
it is more
Yeah.
attractive.
Yeah,
Na pag
'cause
makita mo,
the
wow,
font-
500 megabytes per
The font is this
second.
big for
Yeah, yung
for
pala
the
yun yung
maximum.
maximum.
The minimum is this. Now, is that valid? I mean, you have the minimum
ang
speed
required-
with microscopic ano?
They should inform the subscribers. Hindi naman yung napakaliit.
So I think, tama ba, Director Egay, when you're advertising for internet speed, ang kailangan mong i-advertise is the minimum, not
The minimum
maximum
speed.
speed.
Yes, the minimum
Okay,
speed, yes.
so viewers out there, make sure that when you're looking at an ad, it has to indicate yung anong minimum speed, hindi yung maximum speed ng internet.
And the reliability percentage, right?
Yeah, we'll discuss that
80%
later.
of the time.
I want Director Egger to explain that. So
All right.
let's take a short break. Legal Help Desk will return after these reminders. You're still watching Legal Help Desk on the Solar News Channel, and we are still joined by our guest, Director Edgardo Cabarrios of the National Telecommunications Commission. Good evening po, Director Edgar.
Good evening.
You know, as during the break, may mga nagpadalang bagong questions din. So,
we're besieged.
Oo, isisingit ko lang. May nagtatanong sa Twitter po.
You have a lot of followers.
Oo, si @JMBrieta25. Paano po ba users na hindi from Manila? Where do we file our complaint? Meron bang regional desk?
Yes, we have 15 regional offices, and in all of these regional offices, meron kaming OSPAC doon.
OSPAC, yun yung
Public Assistance
one-stop
Center.
public assistance center.
One-stop public assistance center.
Ang problema lang, no, yung hotline, you're saying that they have to physically be going there, though. That's the problem. Lalo na when it comes to mga spam or, you know,
Yes,
yun ang problem, I guess, no? That's the limitation there. No?
Basta't meron hong madi-deprive na others, they have to prove it.
You have to prove it. All right. Now, just a quick one. I'm going to throw these questions. A friend of mine, Nadine, asked her initial. I think it had something to do with her internet internet access, no. And parang out of the blue, without her knowing, they changed the system from one that's, I think, kilobyte based.
Volume.
From
Volume
time based and then to
volume
kilobyte
based.
based, no. And without her being informed, no?
Okay.
or they didn't seek her consent. And then so it increased she got internet fees of like 37,000
Oh my
pesos.
gosh, 37,000.
Yeah. So yung mga ganun,
Yes, hindi po
NTC
pwede
cases
yun,
yan.
no? That's not correct, no.
Oh.
Kasi even if it is allowed by the commission to change, no, from time-based to volume-based, it has to be published.
Published.
It has
and
to be published.
also,
Published in.
do they have
give
to
time to the consumers to
Okay.
adjust.
And the
No?
telecoms, do they have to wait for their subscribers to consent before they change anything? Or basta kailangan, pag in-inform nila, they can automatically change it?
Kasi meron may time yung consumer to say no.
So
May time
dapat
yung
may
consumer to say
may consent.
So they
dapat.
have to wait
yes.
for the consent. And sorry, may a personal question din.
Sure.
Isa sa mga problema, like if ako, personally, kung may problema ako, I want to pay my bill first before I complain kasi takot ako maputulan. So is that legal? If, for instance, the telecoms cut your internet connection or your mobile connection while you're disputing something with their charge or with their service?
Once it is disputed kasi with the commission, nag-i-stop po yun. Nag-i-stop siya. Meaning to say, they cannot cut your service.
Okay.
Yes.
Are they required to complain to the service provider first before they go to NTC?
No, they can go directly to
Directly,
the
okay.
NTC, yes.
That's
Okay.
good to know.
Yeah.
And
All right.
let's answer a few more questions from our viewers. Marco is asking us, my biggest frustration with my provider is the dropped calls.
Naku.
What can they do to stop this from happening?
Yan. That's my biggest frustration.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
as well, yeah.
Drop
yeah,
calls.
totoo
Kasi,
yan.
Kasi you feel that you know, if
Oo.
you're
And also
calling
if
for
you're
10
charged-
seconds. Yeah.
Exactly. And if you're charged per minute.
Yeah, per minute. Yeah.
Parang
Yes.
ang daya, di ba? Kasi you have to
Yeah.
call again.
Yeah.
Once you're in the middle
So if your rate is 7 pesos, you have to, it's another 7
Yeah.
pesos, you know. After a while, it accumulates, you know.
These are radio kasi, radyo, and if you use radio, you cannot avoid drop calls. And that's the reason why the standard prescribed by the Commission is you should not exceed 2%. 2 drop calls for every 100.
So,
okay.
yeah.
For every 100 calls.
Yes.
So,
But
if
that's-
I'm noticing na lagi na lang,
Yeah.
then maybe I can complain kasi that's
Yes.
more than 2 for every 100.
Yes, and
should be a small percentage kasi.
what the Commission did to reduce the cost of drop calls is from 1 minute per pulse, we reduce it to 6 seconds per pulse.
The per pulse, meaning that's the kind of the price unit, price
Yes,
per unit.
if now you're paying 8 pesos per minute,
Uh-oh.
it should be divided by 10, so 80 centavos.
80 centavos per
Per pulse,
per 6 seconds.
So if your call is dropped, you're not charged that full 8 pesos. No? If your call is dropped within the first 6 seconds, then 80
You only-
centavos.
Okay,
lang.
so dapat people should know this. If the call is dropped within the first 6 seconds, then you don't have to pay for it. But then, paano nila nalaman? Kasi lumalabas na lang yung bill, di ba?
Kasi ngayon is per minute pa because the rules were questioned before the court.
So yeah,
There is a
isn't there a
restraining
TRO?
order.
Isn't there a TRO on this?
There
or-
is- there
there is a
is
TRO.
there is a
So it's still
restraining
1 minute. It's still
It's still
the
one.
plus.
Oo,
The
that's
pulse is
still
still
what
1
I
minute.
get in my
Yes,
bill.
yes.
Every
Alright.
1 minute count. Oo.
Okay. All right. Rene asks naman via Twitter, I keep receiving late text messages and my friends do too. What explanation can these networks offer to their clients? Because I experience that as well. No? Lalo na
Or
pag-inter,
worse than late, Rod, is
It never-
disappearing text messages. Like,
It
I
doesn't
have
matter.
people telling me, hindi ka nag-reply sa text. And I tell them, wala naman akong, what text? What
Yeah,
are you
I
talking
never got
about?
it.
Or I text other people, they don't reply, yun pala hindi nila nakukuha.
Well, meron ho tayong standard dyan. Ano? Ang standard set by the Commission is 99% of the text messages should be received within 30 seconds. From the time it is
99%.
sent.
Oo,
99%.
nabasa ko rin yan.
Okay.
Sabi ko, nung nakita ko rin yun, sabi ko.
Within 30 seconds.
Within
Within
30
30
seconds. Yeah.
Within 30
So if they
Yeah.
don't, I'm wondering lang, ano pong klaseng penalties ang nabibigay sa mga
well,
telco?
Ang penalty kasi is based on the 1939 law. Extreme so kasi is very low and then very harsh naman yung isa. Very low is 200 pesos per day.
Na fine.
Na fine.
Wow.
200 pesos
Baliwala
per
yan
day.
sa mga telecoms. So,
And the
That's
other
one phone call.
extreme penalty naman is cancellation of the authority.
that's
When you
heavy.
Mabigat yun, mabigat yun.
But when you cancel authority,
Yeah.
no service at all.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
ang problema is siguro, you'll also be hesitant to impose that sanction,
Yes,
no? Sorry, I'll also include this question. This is from another Twitter follower. He was actually one of the bar top-notchers.
Alright.
No, he was the #1 pala nung recent bar exam. He was asking, please also discuss remedies for awful internet service from telecoms. This is from Mickey Ingles.
Yes. Ano yung of course the usual remedy is that you call. I mean that's the other thing. No? When you call customer service from to these telcos, they'll give you if you want this service #1, if you want this service #2, and you'll go through this litany of
Actually, in relation to this, Director Egay, pagka kunwari, I have friends who tell me, grabe, 3 days na kaming walang internet connection because they try to connect tapos wala. It's just really, hindi gumagana yung internet nila sa bahay. Can you refuse to pay for, you can tell them, well, it wasn't working for 3 days or 5 days. Pwede po mo sabihin, ibawas nyo sa bill ko yung 3 araw or 5 days na hindi ko nagamit yung internet.
Yes,
Kahit
but
monthly subscription.
Mas mabuti po dalhin sa opisina. No? Sa
So
NTC.
it's better to go to NTC
Yes.
than go straight to the service
Yes.
provider.
and to demo it. And
Ano yung demo?
So that the commission can order or talk to these telcos.
And you don't, pag internet, you don't have any proof other than your word, or at least bring someone
Other
from
than from your
NTC and say,
experience.
you try it, di ba? Ayaw talaga gumana. But, so what can they do?
They
just
have
to...
they have records. No? The telcos have the records of transactions. So the commission can direct them to produce these records.
Now, you say records. What if it's a prepaid phone? No? So the remedy is to go to the NTC. Kunyari, if they lose a number, they lose their phone, and it's a prepaid number, they can't go to the telco and tell them, please block this number.
Yeah, they
They'll
can
have
go to NTC and
Okay.
have the phone blocked. especially the phones that are lost, or stolen, etc. They can be blocked.
Okay. And then we have another question from Twitter, from Joanna Marin. Any thoughts on fair usage policy? It prevents users to fully enjoy internet services.
Fair use policy, while it is not prohibited, the subscribers must be fully informed of the fair use policy.
So
Meaning
fair use policy is something that telecoms provide.
This is used to prevent abuses.
Okay, so where do subscribers see this?
Well, they should, the telcos should inform the subscribers if they implement this fair use policy. Fair use policy normally consists of the maximum volume per month or per day, etc.
You mean that you can download?
Yes.
In other words, you can't be downloading a movie all the time, 24/7, right? So parang they're saying fair use.
So that others can use, because these are shared facilities.
Right.
Okay, but how can they prevent that kung merong talagang mas active sa internet? They cut you off or they stop?
Yes, they know you. They know you. The system knows you.
Okay, so that's allowed pala under the rules na mag-impose ang mga internet providers ng fair
it is
use
not
policy.
prohibited.
So what you're saying is that when they say unlimited, it's not really unlimited.
Well, technically yes.
Subject to fair use policy.
Subject fair use policy.
All right. Naku, unfortunately,
Ang bilis,
unfortunately, that's all the time that we have.
Husband ko.
Our director's already waving to us, so that's all the time we have for tonight. We would like to thank our guest for this evening, Director Edgardo Cabarrios of the NTC, for being with us tonight and sharing to us all this information about your telecom rights. I'm Attorney Rod Nepomuceno.
Join us again next Monday as we talk about your legal rights on the issue of school-related problems such as tuition fees and school liability here on Legal Help Desk. I'm Attorney Karen Jimeno. Good night.